Hey, this is the second match day of the first match week for Skirmish Pro League for Harcourt. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed the first, whatever happened the first day, you missed a lot. And this edition is proudly sponsored by Men and Ball, The Bliss by Keke, Game Aid, and Nexel Gaming. Do not forget to hit on that link and follow us on the stream. Right now, I'll be headed back to the commentary gantry so they can give us the lowdown of everything that went down in the first day. Thank you.
All right, Ken. Thank you very much, and welcome to you all to match day 2 of the Rivers Skirmish Pro League. And it is a beautiful Sunday. Yes, a splendid Sunday. It's Easter Sunday actually, so happy Easter Sunday to you guys. So yes, the action continues today, being match day 2, and yes, we have lots of action in stock for you. My name is Shaq, X to the H to the A to the Q, and you know how we do this. I am here in the studios with my guy Himzas, giving you technical analysis on how the gameplay goes about. Yesterday was wow. The opening day for the Rspl. I'm really elated about how everything went. I mean, it wasn't a turn down for me. It blew my mind. It was literally what I was expecting anyways. What was it like for you, Himzas?
Of course, it was really interesting. In that on match day 1, most of all the favorites did win their games, except I think one in that was Chisco Finger against Controller. Yeah, Chisco Finger did win that game, but it was a really eventful match day.
The most intriguing thing about yesterday, it's that we did not see any draws. Like, everybody won their match. There was literally 3 points all over the scoreboard. I mean, no draws whatsoever. It just goes to show you how hungry these guys are. Nobody's willing to, give away points to anybody. I mean, what do you think about, those who have a fruit in front right about now in the league? I mean, those who are already seated pretty on top, top 5 with their 3 points already. I mean,
Okay, they know it's a long road to victory, to freedom. So them getting their first 3 points is a good start for them. It gives them that momentum. Okay, I have 3 points now, and I know what next step to take in order for me to achieve victory in the end. So
well, kudos to those guys with their first 3 points. On your screens is the current leaderboard, the current match standing as it is. You can see from 1st to 5 are those with 3 points, while from 6 to 10 are those without any points. You can see the first 5: Richie, Eldorado, Doom, Chisco, Fingers, Dexter, and wow, wonderful gameplay from these guys yesterday to end yourself 3 points. Let's just quickly go over to the scores from yesterday. The first match saw Dexter best Machala in a 2-1 victory. I mean, that was expected per se, but the way the game actually panned out was a bit surprising because Dexter was not the usual Dexter we all know.
yeah, even at the end during the post-match interview, even Dexter confirmed that yes, he didn't play well. So he knows he was kind of lucky to come out of that game with a win, and he
Yeah.
will probably go and do his homework so as not to repeat that kind of performance in the remaining fixtures of his.
Yeah, that was a very close one. In the second game, we had PJ face off against Eldorado, and Eldorado there got all 3 points. He won that match by 5 goals to 2. What can you say about that game?
Yeah, to be honest, it was kind of expected. PJ is a very good gamer, but Eldorado being Eldorado, he came out. He went behind actually first, but
Yeah.
he responded really quickly and went on to win the game so comfortably.
Wow, wonderful from Eldorado there. And the next match we had, I think, was Doom versus Fonzie. Yes, where Doom bested Fonzie there by 4 goals to 2, and Doom sitting pretty up there with his 3 points. I don't think Fonzie was actually I don't think it was a bad game for Fonzie. He just couldn't convert his chances, and Doom's trickery in the box just kind of like gave me a lifeline to get one over Fonzie. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that particular game was a really, really close game, unlike what most people would have expected. Everyone would have expected it to be a blowout, maybe Doom winning, but actually Fonzie did put up a really, really good fight in that particular match.
Yeah, he did.
And it just ended 4-2. It could have been closer than that, but we'll see how it goes for him for the rest of the Rspl.
Well, Chisco Fingers bested controller. That game particularly was it didn't really go as I expected, honestly, because controller was ahead in the game. You feel me? And Chisco Fingers, very very collected gamer, and he calmly got back into the game, and then just threw controller off balance and took the win from his hands, literally.
Yeah, that was the first game in which like the underdog went on to win. He went behind, and not only did he go behind, he also considered about three good chances in the space of like 10 minutes, but that didn't put him down. He was still able to fight from coming behind and ended up winning that particular game.
And lastly, we had Venom against Richie. Richie there with the win. He got 5 goals to Venom's 2 goals. And Richie is sitting in the top position in the RSP. Wonderful, wonderful from Richie. I mean, that was really exquisite gameplay from him. Playing against somebody that is always attack minded, someone that leaves you no chance to even recycle the football. He is just, that was wonderful from him.
There are two players who are so attacking minded. You could see it from the gameplay. Richie a bit more clinical in front of goal on match day 1, and you could see it in the scoreline 5-2 to him.
Well, those are the scores for match day 1, and the fixtures for match day 2. We have Controller versus PJ. We have Fonzie versus Dexter. We have Richie going against Doom, and we have Eldorado going against Venom, and Machala versus Chisco Fingers. I think mostly these players who lost would be on a revenge journey right about now. They'll be looking to pick themselves up from the dirt. Losing your first game. There's still 8 games to go, including today's match day. So what exactly are you expecting from those who dropped points per se?
Like you said, they really want to bounce back in the next fixture, which is today. So they've gone and checked their tactics, made the tweaks, and are ready to come and give us a showdown here today. So
yeah. So these guys particularly, is there anybody else who you think stood out for you? Somebody who you think shouldn't even be in shouldn't have lost points, but lost points particularly? Any gameplay, any match action that was particularly, it did just really go the way you wanted it to go?
I think we can both agree that player is Machala in yesterday's game against Dexter. Because everyone who watched that game knows that Machala could have run away with that win, and not just by a 1 or 2 goal difference. It could have easily been a blowout if he was clinical enough.
Yeah.
So Machala was the gamer who stood out for me.
Speaking about Machala particularly, he was there was something you mentioned, I think yesterday. You said Machala going into the game knew that Dexter was the better player, and probably that fear or that respect he sort of had for Dexter made him a little bit, nervy in front of goal, because he had, if I can remember, in the first half of that game, he had like 3 golden opportunities to put the game to bed, and he was just, he was trigger happy. He sort of, couldn't get his shot away, couldn't get it on target, couldn't get his attempt right, and he came back to haunt him. Dexter, clinical as always, first attempt, first goal, and that was, yes, you're actually right. That was like the only game that went against the run of play yesterday. But we will be hoping, as Machala today will face Chisco Fingers, we will be hoping today that he probably, doesn't shy away in front of goal this time around against Chisco, right?
Well, I think he's coming into this game after what happened yesterday. He's definitely coming into this game with a different kind of mentality.
Yeah.
He probably thinks, okay, I am better than Chisco, and I feel that will help boost his confidence in front of goal and not make silly decisions like he did yesterday.
Okay, so another person I want to talk about is PJ. Right. So I don't know if you saw, but I heard that he wasn't present for his post-match interview. After making a lot of talks online prior to the first game about how he was. A lot of persons were even saying he was self-acclaiming the title already of the RSPL, and losing your first game against El Dorado that way. I mean, do you think for a player like PJ that will do something to his mentals? Going along down in this journey of the RSPL.
Well, PJ is a really, really good gamer, like I've said before. You saying he was making talks against El Dorado, but when you think of it, come to think of it, it's El Dorado for that. So you could understand that he doesn't really listen to the noise and he just goes focused. I don't think he even really said anything before that particular game. He just was focused, and when we saw it on the pitch, you could see the difference was clear in the skill gap there.
Well, right. So today, PJ will be facing off Controller. Controller, who surprisingly lost control of the game against Chisco Fingers. So, today's game, PJ versus Controller. Who do you think, or who do you see getting 3 points out of that game?
That game is a really, really tricky game because controller he lost a match in which everyone expected him to win.
Yeah, true, true.
So that might mess with his head, and coupled with PJ's trash talking. Who knows? So
Yeah.
maybe PJ cannot scrap a win against controller. Was going to be a really, really tight game.
Well, surprisingly, or should I say surprisingly, top of the table, Richie. Were you expecting that after match they won?
During the game yesterday, when Khan asked me who I was rooting for or who I thought was going to win that game, I said Richie because he's someone I've watched over the years, and I've played Richie in tournaments. I know how he is once it's tournament time. And he showed it yesterday against Venom, in which he's also a really, really attacking minded player. So you could understand why him being on top of the league is not surprising. He's a very, very good player. So I
Well,
expect more from him too.
yeah, kudos to Richie. Today he faces Doom, who won Fonzie in match day one. That will be a battle of who will still retain their flawless victory win in the RSPL. So Richie versus Doom and El Dorado versus Venom next. I want to specifically talk about this match. Venom is somebody that we actually had high hopes of coming into the league. Remember in the Chosen 10 series he lost both his matches and lost the chance to get qualification into the RSPA, but that did not stop him. He went into the knockout stages and qualified. Through the knockout stages, he was the second player to qualify from his group into the RSPA, and we all had big hopes for Venom. The way Venom attacks, the way Venom plays. He's very, 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 very ruthless when he's attacking, and to see him lose against Richie in that manner. Do you think that the heat is suddenly getting to Venom?
Yes, I feel the heat is getting to Venom. He probably went into that game yesterday expecting to win, and he ended up losing 5-2. And today doesn't seem to be better for him because he's facing the person who won 5-2 as well, El Dorado, and one of the best gamers in the RSPL. So you could understand he's probably nervous, and we really hope he can make a comeback now so that to keep him back on balance and make him have a fighting chance for the RSPL.
All right, so on your screens, we will be heading into the first match of match day 2, and that will be Dexter versus Bonzi. And yes, Dexter has picked Portugal. So yes, Portugal attacking from right to left, while attacking in Real Madrid's jerseys is Fonzie, attacking from left to right. So quick one here. What are you expecting to see in this match? I mean, the last match, Dexter was a little bit unlike himself. Do you think we are going to see the Dexter we know, or Uh, I don't really know, but I think for me, he's just being adaptive. If you ask me, he's just trying to be versatile. There are games where he can play like himself, and there are games where he just takes the steam out of the game and plays really really slow and compact like he did against Machala yesterday. What do you think?
If there's anything the game against Machala showed us, it was that Dexter is one of the most adaptable players. In a game in which he happened to have little to no control, he ended up winning. So in this particular game, I'm sure after the first 10-15 minutes, he'll try to see what Fonzie has for him and try his very best to adapt to whatever Fonzie has to offer.
Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you know how it is. 95 rated. That is what the gameplay is here on Rspl. And it is a 6 half length, so yes, enough time to get your goals in, enough time to orchestrate your attacks properly. As Dexter now is attacking, he's within goal range, finesse position. Oh, Neto shot that wide. Fonzie versus Doom yesterday. Was there any spectacular thing about Fonzie's game? I saw that his wonderful cheap shot goal there. I think that was his first goal against Doom, and Doom has to be really really wary of that. He was wary of that, and then came out on top when he sort of like closed the loopholes in his defense. So what do you think of Fonzie's gameplay?
What stood out for me in Fonzie's gameplay yesterday was the way he attacked. I didn't expect him to attack Doom that so well. Like, he had some really, really good chances. Although he lost the game, Fonzie is someone I've known for his defending. But yesterday, considering like if you really played against Doom and you know how he presses, Fonzie was able to bypass his press so many, many times and have some good scoring opportunities. And that's what stood out for me in this game yesterday.
So yes, we are 22 minutes in game time, and we've still seen no goals. The deadlock is yet to be broken. I don't know. I'm having a feeling this is going to be like the Macala's game against Dexter yesterday. Pretty much no show or less goals per se.
From what we've seen in this particular game early on, we've seen that Dexter is kind of having more control of the ball compared to what happened yesterday against Machala.
Yeah.
And I feel he's the kind of player, once he has more control, he's bound to score a couple of goals. I genuinely think Fonzie as well will really want to just stick to counter attacks in this particular game, knowing that Dexter is someone who is always a control freak. Let's put it that way. So it's just going to make do with whatever he has.
Right, so possession has been given freely away to each other. I mean, in as much as Dexter is controlling this game, he doesn't seem to hold that much of a possession, as his through pass cannot get to the intended runner. I think both players are just being too careful, if you ask me.
Yeah, you have to be careful because whoever goes behind first, and it becomes chaos everywhere, because then you start to make rash decisions. So they are both trying to just play safe and see if they can pass through the midfield and defense and get the first goal. But they are trying as much as possible to avoid mistakes, so you could understand them.
There's a certain way people who use PSG and here again in Portugal, there's a certain way the tactics is set up, for Vitinha. He's always arriving in the box crashing. I mean, you have attackers like Ronaldo, you have attackers like Neto, Goncalves, and I'm talking about Dexter's team right now. But the person you see with the ball in front of goal is always Vitinha. I mean, how is that possible?
I think he's key, and even in El Dorado's game too, I noticed it. But in his situation, it was more of João Neves. The midfielders have been one of the best scoring players.
Oh, wow, beautiful there from Dexter. I mean, immediately the ball got into Ronaldo's foot, I was like, finesse, and he actually did it. Guys, Dexter is in the lead. It is 1-0 now. The beautiful calling shot there from The man himself, CR7, has given Dexter the lead. 42 minutes in-game time. You know, just like I said earlier, Dexter is trying to take this team out of the game, if you ask me, because he's calmer than usual. The Dexter I saw in Chosen 10, Dexter has added another one. CR7 doing that magic there. He's just so look. I think there's growth, if you ask me, in Dexter's game. I'm not particularly going to say he is versatile or he changed a bit, but there is a mature way about how Dexter plays now. If you watch closely, then in the Chosen 10 series, he played against Venom, the first game, and it was all attacks. I mean, back-to-back attacks. You score me, I score you. You score me, I score you. There was no time to, balance the game, recycle. Even his, his second game, the one that got him automatic qualification into the Rspl, same thing too. But here in the league, we are seeing a different Dexter, a more mature Dexter, a calmer Dexter now who recycles the ball pretty well, is very, very conscious of his defense and takes his time to orchestrate, his attacks. And yes, the few moments that Fonzie has, slipped, he has been punished for that. Dexter now with 2 goals. We're in the second half already. 50 minutes. Fonzie needs to do a lot now to get back into this game, because it has been all Dexter in this second half with Ronaldo again. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Ronaldo gets his hat-trick. Just look at that. I mean, you should have just known he was going to do something evil with Ronaldo. Immediately he caught that ball back into Ronaldo's boots and was hesitant to take that first shot. He just twisted and turned and sent that defender who was jockeying him away, got his shot away, and Ronaldo now has his hat-trick.
Dexter in or around the box, one of the most brutal players you'd ever see. I think in the game against Machala yesterday, Machala really tried to limit the way Dexter gets around his 18-yard area, and you could see Machala was stopping all attacks from the midfield. But today, Fonzie has been really having it really difficult to do that, and you could see once Dexter is around your 18-yard area, he's just one finesse away from scoring a goal.
57 minutes in game time. 3 goals to nothing. Do you think it's done for Fonzie?
In this situation, you can say it's done, because Dexter, he's not ceding possession, he just keeps attacking, and now like you said, he's not just all attacking, he's trying to balance out the game. You see, he'll play the pass sometimes, go back, and he doesn't want to rush in this particular game, and I don't see him doing either. So it's basically done in this particular fixture. He might even add a goal or 2 more, who knows.
Well, let's talk about Fonzie's gameplay, what he has been doing wrong. He has been trying to get the ball always to Mbappe, if you ask me. And I mean, you've got other players. You could choose Mbappe as a decoy. He always wants to get that ball to Mbappe. Do you think that is his problem?
Probably he's kind of player who plays as if the striker as a focal point, and knowing that it's Mbappe being Mbappe, although it's 95 rated, so basically all the players are that way, but it's probably something he's already used to, and now he's finding it difficult to adapt in this particular game. But I would say he's defended well. Dexter's goals have come from basically half chances. You could see the first goal from CR7.
That was a finesse, beautiful finesse.
Yeah, would I say a basic player wouldn't score that. But it's Dexter being Dexter. From half chances, he finds a way to just get the ball at the back of the net.
70 minutes in game time, and time is running out for Fonzie. That's a throw-in for Dexter, right? Okay, Fonzie. Well, I think Fonzie has been outplayed in this match. And he get a goal? Yes, he does. Finally, Dexter has conceded. His defense has been beautiful all day. His midfield, wonderful too. Finally, Fonzie has gotten a goal. Do you think it's a little too late? I mean, 74 minutes on the clock.
Well, now he's probably looking for a second goal as quick as possible, and that will probably give him the momentum to see if he can find a third. If he does find a goal, second goal before the 80th minute, he'll start believing that yes, I can come back or I can equalize in this particular fixture, and we really hope that's what happens for him.
He has given the ball away, and Dexter now is on the run with Neto. Neto to João Neves. He dribbles. Militao still with the ball. Rudiger wants to have a part in this. He passes back. Bernardo still with the ball. Neto now. Just look at this. Wow. You, Dexter. Dexter still with the ball in the box. Man, this is magic from Dexter. I mean, he has turned on the heat in the last 10 minutes of this game.
This is probably game management in Fonzie's own 18-yard area.
I mean, how do you do this? If this turns out to be a goal, this is going to be crazy. Finally, Fonzie gets the ball off Dexter's boots. He's trying to launch out a quick attack. He couldn't do anything with that attack. And here is Dexter. Can he add one more to increase his goal tally? 5 minutes on the clock. Ronaldo has lost that pass. Fonzie has still given the ball away again. I think neither of them wants the ball at this point.
It's more like rush hour, and Dexter, I'm sure once he gets the ball now, he's just going to try to waste as much time as possible. As for Fonzie, he's trying to get forward, and Dexter happens to block all passing lanes.
Like just look at.
See, exactly.
There is literally no way, no space to send a pass through. I mean, like, how do you do that? Very, very compact in defending. Everybody's just cutting, passing lanes. It's just wonderful from Dexter. I mean, goes to show why he's one of the best, pro gamers in the city of Port Harcourt. Can Fonzie get a goal with this? The referee has signaled for a penalty against Dexter. Fonzie should convert this at least to reduce the goal deficit. There's 91 minutes on the clock, and yes, he puts it away from the spot with Mbambe. 3-2 is not a so bad score, right?
Yeah, it's not bad, but would you say that's how the game played out? Because a 3-2 now, anyone who sees this 3-2 will think that yes, it was a close matchup, but in my opinion, it was so one-sided. I really don't know what you think about that.
Well, yes, it was one-sided, and even everybody watching this knows it was one-sided. I mean, those two goals came out of nothing for Fonzie. Should I say Dexter was caught sleeping there in his defense, a defense that has been wonderful from beginning of the game up until now. And at that particular moment, he just play along to that attacker and send that ball through with a through pass, and he got his first goal. Second goal, should I say that was EA having mercy on Fonzie, because I actually do not think that was a penalty.
Yeah, that was EA being EA in that situation. But talking about Fonzie, he's played two of the best pressers in back-to-back games, first being Doom and now Dexter, and he's managed to score 2 goals in each of those games. That goes to show how good of a player he is himself.
Well, Dexter has managed again to get a win, even though he was more dominant in this game than he was in Machala's game. That could spell bad for him, if you ask me. I mean, it's not about you being so dominant in your games. It's about you dominating completely. I mean, you don't dominate games and then win them and then escape by just 1 goal. He did that against Machala, 2-1. He's doing that now against Fonzie, 3-2. It doesn't really help. It doesn't really help in topping the table, because the same way you're winning and you're gathering 3 points, other people are going in for their 3 points, and they're going in for their 3 points with goals. So you having 1 more goal difference is not going to do you any good, right?
Yeah, at this point, I'm pretty sure Dexter would just love to take the win. Yesterday's game, he got the win and he didn't play particularly well. Today as well, he got the win and he played well, but the scoreline was just 1 goal difference. I'm sure he knows if he gets nine straight wins, he's won the league. So even if he scraps 1-0 draws, 1-0 games till the end of the league, he knows that yeah, he's won it. So I feel at this point he won't really look at his performance and just and focus more on winning the games.
All right, right about now we are going to head over to Khan as he interviews Dexter. Khan, over to you.
Thank you very much, Control Room. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour. He just got to the top of the league table. How do you feel right now, Dexter?
Well, I'm still feeling a little bit bad because from this match I'm not still playing well, so I need to work on a few things. But we will take it. We will take the 3 points.
How do you feel bad after winning 2 matches on the bounce? tell me what's going on in your mind.
Well, I'm not playing to the peak of my level, so currently I'm not really playing well. So I need to really work on a lot of things.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that he has won 2 matches in a row, and he's still saying that he's not at the top of his game. So the other competitors should really be scared. Right now, we're headed back to the commentary gantry where my guys are joining.
Won 2 games in a row and he's saying he's not playing. I didn't say he's not playing well. I mean, I cannot imagine when he actually says he plays well, what he's going to be like.
Probably be when he gives someone a first 6-0 trash, and maybe he will now say, yes, I have played well in this particular game. But that just goes to show how his mentality is. 2 wins, nobody has done it yet in the Rspl, and he's still insisting that this is not the level I usually play on. That just goes to show that yes, he wants this as bad as anyone.
Well, you heard it from Dexter. Even though he has 2 wins and 6 points, he's still not, in top form. So yes, hopefully we get to see who hands Dexter his top form. I really cannot wait. I really cannot wait for that day. But next up, we will be having Machala versus Chisco Fingers. Yes, Machala, somebody who almost got won over Dexter, but due to Dexter's versatility here in that game, he bested Machala and Chisco Fingers, who got a win yesterday. Yes,
yeah, against Controller,
who everybody I think the general public tipped Controller to get one over Chisco Fingers, but Chisco Fingers his fingers really did magic yesterday and got him the win. So yes, Machala versus Chisco Fingers will be coming right up on your screen. But first off, we will love to hear from Machala, as Khan will give us a little bit of a pre-match interview from Machala. Khan, over to you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Machala, one of the highest rated players this season. But sadly, Machala lost his first game, and this next match is going against the man that won his first game. What do you think you did wrong in the first game, and how do you think you'd control or correct that this match?
Well, in the first game, I think I was not clinical enough. But I'm going to change that coming into this game. I feel pretty confident.
Okay, you'll get your 3 points. That's what he said. He will get his 3 points. But you're going against a man like Chisco Fingers, who is a deadly competitor. Do you think you have what it takes to, get an edge over him?
Yes, of course I do.
Are you being respectful or you're being humble? Which one is it?
I have what it takes. But I'll just let my fingers do the talking when the match starts.
Okay, he wants his fingers to do the talking against the man that is called Chisco Fingers. You heard it all from here, and we're going back to the commentary gantry.
I'll let my fingers do the talking against Chisco Fingers.
Yeah.
I mean, make Chisco Fingers no go chop your fingers.
He probably wants to use Chisco Fingers to pick form after what happened in the game yesterday against Dexter. He's probably realized his mistakes. And for me, I feel this is the game in which he shows who he is. Chisco Fingers was the underdog yesterday and still seems to be the underdog today. Yesterday, he did overcome who he was playing. And today, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually does too. And maybe that's when people will start taking him seriously in this RSPL.
I don't think I'll call Chisco Fingers the underdog actually, but I think this game is poised, it's balanced for me. I'm not favoring anybody over anybody. I I don't know, but calling Chisco Fingers the underdog. I mean, Machala is a good player, I guess. But what we saw from Chisco Fingers yesterday, I mean, it was superb. It just goes to show you that this guy has a lot under his belt, or should I say, under his fingers, because what he did to controller yesterday was mind-boggling, honestly.
Yeah, what he did was mind-boggling. Going behind, and not just going behind against a player like Controller, and he made him still lose absolutely control of that game. Like he lost control of that game as Chisco fingers. His fingers were a bit too fast for Controller in that situation. So to understand, I wouldn't, I wouldn't, I wouldn't write him off in this game against Machala because of what happened yesterday. But I am still kind of tipping it towards Machala because I know he wants to pick form in this particular fixture. It's not something that usually happens. Machala missing a lot of chances like he did against Dexter in front of goal. So I expect him to have done his homework, probably put his shooting boots on, and now he'll want to really experiment against Chisco Fingers. It's going to be a really, really entertaining game. So I'm expecting a lot of goals from this particular match. Two attacking minded players, and yes, it's going to rain goals.
Well, yes, we will be expecting a lot of goals because Machala is somebody that can create, and from what we saw yesterday, Chisco Fingers getting 4 goals against Controller. So we will be hoping to see a lot of goals in this particular fixture that you have on your screens: Machala versus Chisco Fingers. Right up to you in a bit. As right about now, both players are just setting up their formation. Um, I'm still wondering why you call Chisco Fingers, the underdog in this game.
Well, in the game against Controller, you could see Controller did have more chances, but Cisco Fingers is someone who is very clinical in front of goal. Every chance he got, he made sure that he was able to put it in the back of the net. So now against Mantala, someone whose press is already insane. I feel Cisco Fingers is going to struggle, but maybe his fingers can actually come in clutch for him to bypass most of those Matala's press. But well, it's one thing I'm sure of. It's going to be a really, really entertaining game, and we just hope it brings the amount of goals we expect.
Well, I just hope he's not, as scared as he was yesterday when he was, facing Dexter. I mean, respect to Dexter from Machala yesterday, but today, Machala should be saying, "Look, dude, I do not know you, and I am not giving you no respect. If I get a chance, blowing it into the back of the net." And Machala's team is Bayern Munich, I think, yes.
Yes, he usually goes for Bayern. You could even hear it in the pre-match interview when he was asked, "Do you think you have what it takes?" And you could see that laugh. That means, like you said, I did not know you, and I'm not going to have respect for you. And I'm sure he would love to translate that into his gameplay today. Well, we are hoping he does, and he would be hoping he does as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be heading into match two in a bit. But first off, we will just I think Chisco Fingers is at the interview booth. We will be heading over to Khan in a bit to um all right, we'll have a quick ad break, and after that the match straight up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the way in the second match. Machala versus Chisco Fingers. And yes, Machala is attacking with Bayern Munich and Chisco with PSG. You know, just like you said, you're expecting a lot of goals in this match. I am too, actually. So hopefully we get to see that.
Two chance creation machines. So yes, a couple of them should end up in the back of the net. That's why I said I expect lots of goals in this particular game.
And here is Chisco to get it away. Yes! Wonderful, wonderful. A big mistake there in Machala's own half. He gifted the ball to Chisco and he wasted no time to convert that chance. And that is Chisco for you. Give him an opportunity and he will punish you. Well, Machala has been punished now. What do you think about that goal?
I know it's still early in the game, but Machala, it was all Machala until that goal. A little mistake, and like I said before, Chisco Fingers is one of the most clinical players I've seen. Yesterday, five good chances, and he was able to score 4 goals. And here, his first good chance, and he's got goal already.
Oh my God, Machala has given the ball again, and this quick attack by Chisco. Oh, missed. He will be regretting that chance. He should have been 2-0 up. Wow. I don't know, but something is up about Machala's gameplay today. This is not the Machala we saw yesterday.
Would you say it's because he came in a little bit cocky in this particular game, and Chisco has just made him go against what he usually does? He's trying to attack, but Chisco for some reason is cutting the passing lanes pretty well and instantly launching some crazy attacks, and he's had 2 good chances in this game already.
Yo, guys, there is 14 minutes in-game time. That should be an offside, isn't it? Yes, it is. And Machala is behind already early on into the game and almost went down to 2 goals. You should be really, really careful because Chisco Finger is not a player that you can come back against easily. I think Chisco Fingers is getting his defense right today. I mean, he has been, just like you said, cutting out all the passing lanes for Machala, and he has been finding it really difficult to get into the middle.
Yeah, you could see there with the way he tracked that run from the Machala player locked in that situation.
Machala, oh, still with a chance. Machala will lose the eyes now when the box sends it to Musiala. Musiala dances Pacho. Oh, beautiful, beautiful from Machala. That was a wonderfully orchestrated attack. What a wow. Just wow.
It seemed like he lost the ball there, but the way he was able to recover and get that turn and get that goal was just immense.
You know, the main thing about that attack was that lofted pass to Musiala. The way he just trapped that with his chest, brought it down, and just, you know, danced Pacho, a little bit of body movement there in the box, and he just, you know, picked his spot and scores. Kudos to him. It is 1-1 now. Should have been 2-1 anyway, but 1-1.
Yeah, it's 1-1, and like I said, we expect lots of goals, and we are just 25 minutes in, 2 goals, and it doesn't seem like it's stopping anytime soon because the attack of one attack so far in this particular game.
Well, yes, these are the kind of games that you want to see. You know, goals, score me, I score you, and that is what has happened here in the 26 minutes already. We have a goal each from both players. And here is Luis Diaz now for Machala. Cuts back, sends it to Harry Kane. Harry Kane to Kimmich. Kane to Bischoff. And he has lost possession again. Chisco now trying to turn defense into attack. Sends that through ball to Dembele, but he takes it back the way with the ball. I don't know. He's been a little bit patient with this attack. Oh, I see why. I see why he was patient. Chisco in the lead. What a goal there by Chisco. It is 2-1. You know, it's as if he predicted that, no, this first attack is going to be cancelled out. So let me just take it back a little bit and create enough space for Bakola to run in behind. And he just sent that ball towards him. And it was a beautiful goal. Well, hold on. Here is Machala to decrease the scores. Yes! Wow! Machala. Wow, that goal is exquisite if you ask me. Because he was already through on goal. I mean, all he just needed to do was trigger the shot. But he decided to cut back. Wow. That's
Like
nice.
once he made that cutting in the ass, I was like, bro, why did this just take the shot there?
I mean, take the shot. What if you lose it?
but you could see why he's a pro gamer. And the balls to do that when you're already through on goal, so just take the shot there. But
I mean,
it's like
just take
I
it.
need to cut inside to give it and make it have a clearer opportunity, and you could see why.
Here is, oh, that shot was blocked there by Pacho. Kane could have gotten that shot away, and it could have likely been a goal. Oof. Chisco attacking now. João Neves running through the byline. Gives it to Doe. And dispossessed of the ball there by Olise. Machala now has space in his front, and he has runners up front, but he cuts back. Sends this ball to Musiala. Machala still with the attack. Dispossessed. Marquinhos, nice defense there.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about Chisco Finger's gameplay is the way his wingers manage to get in between Matala's fullbacks and defenders, and it's been immense for him because that's how he got.
Look at that! The mistake from Machala almost cost him there. I mean, this is something we've seen repeatedly. I mean, although yes, he was very, very careful enough not to give away against Dexter, but we know Machala, even right from the game against Doom, Machala is one player who doesn't clear out his lines quickly enough. And Machala here, he couldn't call back with Kimmich. If he did, should have been on goal. But that's the end of the first half between these two beautiful gamers. It is still a tie, and they are in the second half now. It is 2-2. Do you think we'll see a win in the second half?
Well, with the way the game is going, it's been band for band. This player scores and this other player scores. So I expect more goals. As for the win, I don't know. I really don't know. I really can't tell. You can't say a particular player is dominating this fixture. So a draw won't be bad. It'll be our first draw in the Rspl too. So
well, I'm going to see our first draw. Remember when the game almost started, you said Chisco Fingers was more or less like the underdog in this match. And I was like, no, I do not think so. I personally did say that I feel that both players are balanced. And yes, it is playing out here because, you know, the goals. Wow, what a player look there. Luis Diaz, defended by Marquinhos. I was saying earlier that both players seem to be equally balanced for me. I don't think there's any, underdog in this game. Both players can do things differently. Yes, doing things differently is what is going to make the difference in this game. Look at that! Oh my God, Machala should at least get a goal from this opportunity. Couldn't get away the pass there to Olise.
I think Machala's build-up play up until he gets into the final third has been really good. But in the final third, he's made some pretty rash decisions in cases, but he's managed to get 2 goals. I feel if he can fix up, he would have had about 2 more goals.
Here is Chisco now. Oh, what a sliding tackle there by Jonathan Tah for Machala. That's a lifesaver, actually. It should have been a 3rd goal now for Chisco. Beautiful defense there from Machala. As Machala is going forward with Harry Kane, sends it to Musiala, Kimmich, Bischoff, Luis Diaz to Bischoff again. Olise. Machala taking his time, finds Kane in the box. Oh, what a piece of skill! Oh, save! Gets a second chance and it's in! It should be, no, it's offside! It's offside! Wow.
That skill move there.
That was crazy. That was really, really crazy there from both players. I mean, Machala should have gotten a goal there.
That should have been a goal. Like right from the skill move alone deserved the goal. And I was really hoping that shot went to the back of the net. But unfortunately for him, Chisco Fingers goalkeeper had other plans and stopped that, and the return shot was an offside there.
That's very, very unlucky there from Machala. I mean, that was exquisite gameplay from him there. That resulted to a goal. It could have been voted one of the best goals on match day 2, right?
Yes, match day 2.
So here is Chisco. 66 minutes in game time. Chisco at the byline, tries to cut back. And the ball is in the safe hands of Machala's goalkeeper. Here is Machala now with Olise. He has player locked. Harry Kane sends the ball to Harry Kane. Harry Kane to Olise. Kimmich. Bischoff has player locked. Luis Diaz giving it to him. Giving it back to Bischoff. Kimmich now. Machala is patient. This is like a replica of what we saw the last time. Now he has sent that ball to Luis Diaz. He's just looking for an in-behind runner. And that attack has come to nothing. It's this transition now from Chisco. You know, the move with Vitinha always box crashing. I've not really seen that move with Chisco. I mean, every other person that uses PSG does that.
I think he's gone for a more safe option in letting them sit right in front of the defense so as not to be exposed to many counter-attacks. He's not the kind of player to always want to have the ball, so you could understand why he doesn't really trigger Vitinha's runs in such situations.
Wow, what a through pass there. Machala could be 3 on goal, yes! Oh! How did that not go in? I mean, that lovely shot looked like it was already in the back of the net. Is that precision shot gone wrong, or
that was I really can't see what that was, because was the load really necessary in that situation? A normal shot and that goes in, and I don't think Machala is a player who uses precision.
It's Harry Kane, for God's sakes, that should go in.
I'm surprised, and I hope he doesn't regret this, because Chisco Fingers gets that same opportunity and it's definitely at the back of the net.
I mean, Machala has blown 2 good opportunities right about now. It is still 2-2, 81 minutes on the clock, and Machala will be biting his fingers. He should be in the lead. And here is Chisco running away with Varashkelia, space in front of him. Tries the long range shot. It goes past the keeper, but a goal line clearance by Machala's defender saves the day for him. Wow. I mean, the quick reaction for that player to go in behind the goalkeeper and save that shot from going in.
Well, that shot looked so weak, and I didn't expect it to go past the goalkeeper.
I mean, it's Manuel Neuer, for God's sake. How did that ball go through his legs?
But for some reason it did. But Machala will be thankful for his defender in that situation, coming in clutch for him and stopping the ball from getting into the net.
Honestly, both players. Oh, look, Kimmich. Olise! Machala has gotten the lead. Wow, just look at that. Look at that. Beautiful from Machala, honestly, beautiful.
Very beautiful goal. After missing that one-on-one chance, he probably thought that was the end for him, but just a couple of passes and he's at the box of Chisco Fingers, and this time he didn't make that same mistake. You see, he didn't go for the low driven in this situation. He just used the normal shot, and yes, it's 3-2 to Machala.
I will actually really blame Chisco Fingers. I think the defense was caught slipping there, because tell me, how did that ball find Olise? Olise was in green lands of space, honestly. I mean,
acres of space there from Olise. Like, he had all the time in the world to turn and take the shot. I think it's because Machala actually triggered the run of Olise, which pushed back Chisco Fingers' defensive line, and it came out good for him.
Really sad. I mean, really sad. But yeah, congrats to Machala. Congrats to Machala for getting his first 3 points in the Rspl. It is really wonderful. I mean, big talker, and he has proved it. Remember his pre-match interview where he said he is up to the task. He can take Chisco Fingers any day, anytime. He said earlier that he will let his fingers do the talking, and yes, his fingers actually did the talking. I mean, both players really lost good opportunities there, wonderful opportunities. I mean, finally it fell in the favor of Machala, and he got lucky with that one. Well, we will head to Khan as Khan interviews Machala for his post-match game interview. Khan, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much from the commentary box. You said it and you did it. You must really feel excited right now, Machala.
Yeah, I am excited. It was an intense matchup. I knew I'd win, but I didn't expect the match to be this tough, but it was.
I mean, the crowd loves you. They were just, screaming at the top of their voices in support of you. And Chisco, I think Chisco played a little bit more respectfully. Do you think it was the psychological edge you had over him, being that you've been in this ecosystem longer than he has been, or was it that you just, outsmarted him?
I think Tisco played his best, but the better player won.
Oh, that is textbook Machala. The better player won. Okay, fine. Now you've gotten off the bottom of the league and you're now ranked among some of the top ranked players this season. I hope you go all out and win this thing. Thank you very much for, coming on this interview. Thank you.
Definitely.
Back to the commentary gantry.
Can you imagine his guts? The better player won. He won just by the littlest of margins.
You could see his smirk in the pre-match interview when he asked, "Are you capable?" And he does it seemed like the question was an insult to him. I'm sure in game he probably thought, "Man, I have to win this or else the amount of
everybody's going to come for me."
The amount of banter I'm about to face is going to be unimaginable, and that's why now when he finally got the last minute win, you could see he's someone who likes to talk, and this time it actually worked out for him, and he really loved that.
Wow. Machala with his first win over Chisco Fingers, and Chisco Fingers with his first loss in the Rspl. He will be biting his fingers right about now, Chisco Fingers. I mean, because two good wasted opportunities there. Machala kept on missing and giving away the balls cheaply to him, and he couldn't make do of those chances. Next up we have Controller versus PJ. These are both players who lost their first game. They will be looking for redemption, be looking for revenge in this particular matchup. There was a meme I saw yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. El Dorado was the meme is something like this. You're familiar with Tom and Jerry now.
Yes.
Yeah. So Jerry has a plank, right? And hits the dog in Tom and Jerry, and then hands the plank over to Tom and runs away. So when the dog turns around to like, who hits me with that, and then he sees the plank with Tom, he's definitely going to pounce on Tom. And the meme there, Jerry was El Dorado. So Jerry El Dorado hits the dog, which is PJ, with the plank, and now El Dorado tossed the plank to Controller. So right about now, PJ, who is the dog, is ready to pounce on Controller. Wow.
One thing is for sure, it's not going to be a walkover for PJ, because Controller is one good player. If I can remember correctly, he lost his first game in the knockout stages and ended up topping that group. So now he's lost his first game, and you could say it's probably a humiliation ritual for him. If he goes on to win this Rspl, I wouldn't be surprised, because he's one of the best players in the league.
Well, if you're talking about comebacks, if you're talking about mentality, if you're talking about somebody that has been soaked in the pressure of tournaments, Controller is that gamer. He's not fazed by losing. He's not fazed by conceding lots of goals. He's one person that I have seen and I have known that he is able to bounce back from whatever. You saw that in the knockout stages. He lost his first match against Machala and he bounced back. I mean, going on to top that group is crazy mentality from Controller. So yes, Controller is not going to be a pushover for PJ. But well, we'll find out in a bit. As right about now, both players are, seated on the hot seat. They are getting their formations right. getting their controllers working perfectly fine, making sure everything is intact before they head into gameplay. But one thing, yeah, let's just. Do you think we're going to see goals just like we did in the last match?
Goals. I expect to see goals. These are PJ. Once you're playing against PJ, you're sure to see goals. Controller might try to slow down the game as much as possible because now he wouldn't. I know going to the game against Chisco Fingers, he probably felt like the superior player, and things didn't really go as planned for him. So now he's going to be a bit more careful and knowing the kind of player PJ is, someone who pounces on every mistake, and controller will really love to minimize the amount of mistakes he makes. So that could really make it a close game. But as for goals, I expect to see goals.
Talking about the match against PJ versus El Dorado, we see that in that match yesterday, PJ went ahead very, very early in the game, and El bin El just did a few tweaks and came back into the game and turned the game on its head and won that fixture. And PJ is not somebody to shy away from goals. He's an attack machine. Same thing as controller. So yes, this game should have a lot of goals in stock for us.
Yeah, the fact that when L went behind against PJ, it didn't phase him, and he just did one or two changes, and boom, the next 2 minutes he's got to go and quick fire second goal, and from there it does seem like all El Dorado. But now he knows, PJ, knowing that he's lost his first game. Both players have lost their first games in controller and PJ. So now they really want to kickstart their Rspl winning campaign today. And well, we never can tell because we are here to have a draw. And I don't see this game ending as a draw though. But one thing I know, it's going to be a really, really, really interesting matchup.
We are yet to see a draw in the Rivers Skirmish Pro League. We almost got one in the last match, but for the dying minutes heroics from Machala, he got a win over Chisco Fingers. So yes, in a bit, PJ, you can see on his face looking for revenge. Controller, you can see on his face too, wanting to get control of this game and hold on to the control he has in this game.
I remember during the knockout stages when controller was asked, "Who do you think is winning the RSPL?" He gave a really straight answer, "Me." It was so bold of him, and now he knows he's lost his first game and he would want to kickstart his winning campaign, like I said earlier. What better way to kickstart it against someone like PJ, who is a tough opponent because you don't get to face many PJs in the RSPL, but there are still other tough opponents, but you don't get to face many PJs. So this will be a really, really good way for him to kickstart his RSPL winning campaign.
So right, we are headed into the third game of match day 2. Controller versus PJ. Attacking with PSG's blue colors is controller, and attacking with I don't know what color is that. What color is that?
You say green? Oh.
Looks like ash and green. So, but anyways, yes, Man City, PJ is attacking with Man City from right to left. Controller already at the edge of PJ's box. PJ handled that beautifully. Oh my god, what a mistake. This was actually what he scored against. Wow, PJ scored an error in the last game against El Dorado, and he has done it again. He has a thing for just making you do mistakes in front of your goal and then converting it.
Very, very silly mistake there from controller. That was easily avoidable because the defender already had the ball and there was no need playing the pass back in that situation. But well, he did it. And PJ is someone who capitalizes on any little mistake you make as his opponent. You could see he's gotten the first goal.
Here's PJ again, not looking to stop at one goal. It is mistakes like this that can actually really punish you. Look at that player log. PJ through on goal, shoots the ball straight at Safonov. That was a seriously glorious opportunity to go 2 goals ahead. Dembele now for controller, running at PJ's defense. He takes it back just a little bit, sends it to Vitinha. Oh, Rodri up to the tax there.
I think we are back to seeing Vitinha in the box.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it wasn't used enough by Chisco fingers, but you know, controller using PSG, definitely. I think these are players that like risks and like defenders who are up to the task at convincing. But ladies and gentlemen, in the 16 minutes in-game time, look at that through pass there to Haaland. Haaland trying to send it to Foden. He gets to Foden, gets to Haaland. Oh, PJ! That was horrendous defending from controller. I mean, two horrible mistakes in his box. How do you do that?
At this point, I really don't know. Maybe like he's someone I've watched over time, and I noticed that he doesn't like clearing his lines. He prefers to pass out from the back, whether he's under pressure, and you could see it's cost him 2 goals in this game. He's considered 2 easily avoidable goals, and
Very avoidable.
at this point, PJ will just try to let him keep making mistakes so as to capitalize. See, PJ, once he's one-on-one against the goalkeeper, he's putting that at the back of the net, and he'll always try to force those mistakes.
Here is PJ now. Mamo! PJ has... It's offside. Oh, wow. How was that off? I mean, Mamouche was literally just at the finesse position.
Yeah,
Okay, the ball going in, touched
deflected
an
on
offside player.
Foden.
Oh, wow. Sad.
Well, controller would really love that goal was called for an offside in that situation, because 3 goals down in 20 minutes is basically over.
And yes, controller to get one back. But he will settle for a corner. 25 minutes, 26 minutes in-game time. Controller takes the corner short. Here's Bakola. If Finesse will do this, yes! He gets it away and it is 2-1. I mean, that corner routine was OP if you ask me. Just look at that. Just sent the ball. He just called out that player. And as that player was just moving forward, Bakola there finessed that into the right-hand side. Oh my God. Wow. It is 3-1, ladies and gentlemen. PJ wasted no time to reply that goal with a goal.
Yeah, talking about that controller's goal, I wonder who thinks of doing a low-driven shot in that situation.
I mean, seriously, press that box like my life depended on it.
And it just hit the base of the post and went in. And although PJ did score a quick fire goal as well, like I said, I expected goals, and it's 4 goals in 30 minutes, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon.
Well, if there is one sure thing about this game, it is that controller is not in control of this game.
Yeah, he's not been in control of any game so far in this Rspl.
Wow, what a through pass there. Bakola should put this away. Oh, it's offside. I mean, I thought he timed that run perfectly.
I think it was an inch offside or so, because that looked like it was on.
PJ now with the ball, just at the edge of controller's box. Oh, dribbling Mendes beautifully there. Haaland took his shot away, but it was deflected away from goal by Pacho.
Yeah, the amount of times PJ has found his way into controller's box has been alarming.
Very alarming, honestly.
The amount of space as well, not just amount of times he's been there, the amount of space Haaland can do some skill moves if he wants to.
Dembele could not get that goal. He take a corner. He's taking that corner short. He's lost possession again. 41 minutes on the clock, and PJ is still in the lead. 3-1. The goal for either players now can change the trajectory of this match. That's an offside, right? Like I said, a goal for either of these players can change the trajectory of this match. A goal for PJ might most likely see him very, very comfortable, and it will be a hard mountain for controller to climb down from. Wow, what a save there by Safonov. Haaland can get it away. Yes. How do you do this? Like how? How? Just how? I mean, PJ's goals have come from horrible defending from controller today.
I will have to give props to PE for that corner routine. You could see once the ball was in the air, he player locks Haaland, and once the AI is competing against another player who the cursor is on in that situation, the AI is always bound to win the header. And gives to Haaland, and there's nobody marking him in that. Nobody was marking Haaland in that situation. He had all the time to turn, and of course, Haaland 1-on-1 in front of basically almost an empty net is bound to score.
You know, I said earlier that whoever gets, the next goal in this game, it could change the trajectory of this match. And PJ has gotten that goal. It is 49 minutes in the second half. Do you think he will be comfortable right about now? Do you think it's over for controller?
PJ is very much comfortable, and he's going to score again because it's
Well, like you said, it's PJ has gotten another goal, and controller has. What's the word to say now? I mean,
he
just
wouldn't
like
say
you
lost
said,
control because he
I
was
can't say
never
he
in
lost
control
control.
in
He was never
the-
even in control to start with.
Yeah, and he was never in control in this particular game. I really can't understand. He's not living up to his name at this point, but he really hope to change that as soon as possible.
Well, right about now, it is one or two things for both players because we already know who the winner is. It's either start padding or trying to cut the deficit. For PJ, he will be looking to score more goals to get. Just look at that corner kick routine. I think that thing is it cracked? Because I don't think we've seen anybody score a direct corner kick yet. But then there are always unique corner kick routines that will surely get you a goal. I mean, that PJ's fourth goal, for example, he player locked the attacker in the box, and the AI crossed onto that attacker, right? And that attacker just headed the ball down, and he got to Haaland, and Haaland, every day will always concede in such a position. That's an offside. Wow, 60 minutes and time can't do any good for controller at this point.
Yeah, at this point, he does hope time runs down as fast as possible because so as to really cut short the humiliation of a match this is for him.
The major thing for controller now will be to cut back this goal deficit. I mean, 5-1, it's a huge loss if you ask me. It's a really huge loss, and he needs to try his best, at least just like what Fonzie did in the game against Machala, game against Dexter. He knew he had lost, but he tried his best. At least he got a penalty in the end, and then he cut back the goal. Controller in the box and still can't find. Oh, wow, gifted the ball beautifully by PJ. Controller should at least try his best to cut the deficit. Should do that. He's with Dembele. The way sends a straight shot at Donnarumma. 67 minutes, 68. Look at that over the head pass there. Couldn't get to Rodri. I don't know why Rodri is. I think it's the trigger anyway. But Rodri is way ahead in the field of play than he should. I mean, he's a defensive midfielder anyway. But you think Rodri has? I think he's making use of that enforcer.
I think the option in which PG puts Rodri on should be deep line playmaker build up, and for that reason, he's always in build up
Oh,
phases.
wow. PJ has added another goal to his tally. He is eating, and he is eating good today. I mean, looking at his size, one wouldn't think he should be this hungry, but he is very, very hungry. And he is having controller for lunch on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, controller. He does, like I said earlier, he just wants the game to come to an end as soon as possible because I feel he's lost the morale already. He knows the game is over. What he should just do now is try as much as possible not to concede more. Or PJ, being PJ, he wants to attack, he wants to humiliate you, he wants to have that bragging right. So you could understand why he keeps attacking in such situations and still looking for more and more goals.
77 minutes on the clock, and it's safe to say it is game over for controller. I think we can still see another goal here from PG as he takes a finesse shot, saved by Safonov.
The idea of taking a finesse shot with Foden's weak foot in that situation was
it's just I mean, you're up by 5 goals. You can do anything you want to. Controller cancels out 1 goal. It is 6-2. I think that's what he should focus on. He shouldn't just throw in the towel way too easily. Try your best to at least cancel out goals, because goal difference is really, really important in the league as well. Yes, controller still looking to get 1 goal. Yes, this is what he should have done earlier on in the game. I think he threw in the towel way too easily, way too early rather in the game, and that has been his own undoing. I mean, if he had continued with this energy, I feel he could have given PJ a chase in this game, but sadly, 6 goals is a lot to come back from.
I feel PG has been a bit relaxed ever since he got the 6th goal. He's been relaxed. He's like, okay, I know I already have this game in the bag, and controller realized that and was like, okay, if I can win this game, I might as well just try as much as possible to cut down the amount of goals I've considered to help my goal difference case, and you can see he's done that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, just as he was thinking to cut down goals, PJ was thinking to add more goals, and yes, he has added another. It is 7-3. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the 3rd match between PJ versus Controller, and it has ended in the favor of PJ. Wow. What a statement win.
Statement, big win there for PJ. Like facing El Dorado already and losing, he knows I need to win my next opponent, and the opponents happen to be controller. And you could see, like you said, we were talking about the meme earlier on before the fixture, and that's exactly what happened. I feel he poured out the entire anger of his first loss on controller, and you could see it was a big blowout win in that situation.
I honestly don't know why why you're still highlighting that meme for me. Well, that meme has played out wonderfully, because the dog who was planked out by El Dorado has now pounced on Tom, who is controller, and he has shattered him to pieces. Well, guys, that is the end of the 3rd match, PJ versus controller, and PJ did his best against controller, and his best was more than enough to get him 3 points. That game ending in a 7-3 against controller. And yes, PJ, now we can say for sure that PJ is in the chat right about now.
Yeah, PJ has just signed his name on the attendance list.
Yeah.
So, and he really wants to keep on signing that way till the end of the RSPL. But well, he knows that he's facing other top gamers. It's not only controller. You don't, I wouldn't say no disrespect to controller, but you don't get to play many controllers.
Yeah, true.
Based off this performance, and he knows his next opponent might be a tougher opponent, and
Yep.
he's going to come prepared, definitely.
Well, yes. So next up we are going to be having El Dorado versus Venom. I'm really, El is everybody's favorite this season. I mean, it's not entirely my favorite anyway, but he's the greater public's favorite. And what do you think is going to come out of this particular fixture? I mean, Venom. I'm going to say this with all due respect. Venom is not in form, if you ask me. He has not been in form of late. You get Venom from the best of 10 series down to the knockout stages where he had to only progress just because 11, did some brutality there on 1A1. That was the only way Venom could progress. 11 having nothing to challenge for and just going all out on 1A1, who was challenging for the second place. He did Venom there a favor, and Venom got into the RSPL and lost his first match against Richie by a 5-2. I mean, what can you say about Venom's gameplay overall?
Losing his first game to Richie would have been really demoralizing for him.
True.
And I don't feel El Dorado is about to make it better for him because
No.
El Dorado, he doesn't really care whatever you're going through. He just wants to go out there and win. And if Richie could win 5-2, I know it's not all black and white.
I can't even imagine.
But if Richie could win 5-2 against Venom, I can just imagine what El Dorado has in store for him. But like I said, it's not exactly black and white. Just because he happened to lose 5-2 to Richie doesn't mean he's going to lose 10-2 to El Dorado.
So we are practically saying Venom is the underdog now in this fixture, yeah?
Anybody facing El Dorado, for me, is the underdog. It doesn't really matter who you are. Maybe except there can be one or two cases in which it could be evenly poised, but in this particular game, Venom, I know even you think he's the underdog in this situation.
Well, I just wanted to hear it from your mouth, anyways. So, one thing about me is I love drama. I love upsets. I just wanted you to make him the underdog so I can actually root for him in this match. So I love underdog stories, and I'm pretty sure that everybody is very, very wary of El Dorado, and knowing the kind of pro gamer that he is, they will be hoping for an upset today. Are we going to see an upset? We will find out in a few. El Dorado, who starts batted against. Yes, I'm going to definitely call it. I'm going to definitely call it starts batted against PJ, because he said he slept with PJ's video in his head and woke up and told VJ, see that thing that you said in that video, you will explain how. And he did. He couldn't explain it yesterday.
Yeah, you could see he actually ran away.
So Earl is one person to not, like you said, not have mercy on anybody. Yesterday's game showed that. I mean, PJ, scored first, went on very, very early in that game. I think that was like the 4th minute in game time. He scored, and L just changed a few tactics and went straight up into God mode, and then he decimated PJ, and now he has Venom to eat for lunch. Is Venom going to be a tasty Easter Sunday rice and chicken? We are going to find out in a few. Right about now, both players, as you can see on your screen, are seated on the hot seat. I call it the pressure seat of the RSPL. And yes, this is where legends are made. This is where the corn gets to turn to popcorn. So will you cower under pressure, or would you rise to glory to be the champion of the RSPL? We will find out in a bit. So right about now, both players, we will head up into gameplay in a bit. Are you expecting goals?
El Dorado and goals,
I just want you to say
of course. Yes, yes, I expect goals and not just one or two goals. I expect lots of goals. Probably, let's see, I'm predicting 5 to 6 goals in this particular game from both players combined.
Well, yes, we will find out in a bit as we head now into gameplay. And Venom picked Netherlands to do battle in this 95 rated series of the Rspl. And El Dorado, as always, will pick PSG to do battle for him in today's fixture. Venom in possession and has given it away cheaply to El Dorado. Nice recovery there from Venom. Venom still with Malen, tries to finish shot there, but El Dorado's defender was in the way of that one.
Yeah, it's been all Venom so far. Like, he keeps attacking and he's gotten to Edorado's box about 2-3 times just within 10 minutes. And if he keeps on playing like this, he's bound to score a goal and a couple of goals, rather.
Well, earlier you just wrote Venom off. Now you're saying he's bound to score goals.
I see. I wrote him off based off what I watched last, but it seems to be different so far. But well,
you spoke too soon because El Dorado has already kicked off in this game. It is 1-0. I mean, that was a half chance if you ask me.
you can see a half chance there. Not every player finds a way to put that at the back of the net, but Eldorado being Eldorado, and the fact that it actually hit the post and bounced off it.
Venom! Oh! How did he not convert that? You see, this is the problem. I know Venom is a very, very attack-minded player, but this is something that you should not be doing. Missing your chances. I mean, you need to take them, especially against a gamer like Eldorado. I mean, your missed chances will definitely haunt you.
Well, you could say yes, they will definitely hunt him, but with the way he's played, I don't see him. I see him getting more and
Yes,
more.
Malen! Oh, shot the ball straight at the goalkeeper. Nice goalkeeper movement anyway from Eldorado. He's attacking really well, unlike the last game against Richie.
Yeah, like I said, from what I watched in the first 10 minutes, I could see that it was an entirely different Venom in which I expected to show up against Eldorado.
Oh wow, Eldorado has splitted his defense. And yes, it is 2-0. I think Venom just committed a lot of players, up front, and that has been his own undoing now, because he just left the defense very, very empty for Eldorado to do exploits.
I have to say something about that goal. He made it look like Bakola was about to cut inside. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I did.
But he now turned his left stick and boom, the back of the net, Eldorado there. But I'm talking about Venom. He's played pretty well for me so far, but he's had about 2 good chances and he's managed to not score goals. Eldorado having 1 very good chance and 1 half chance, and he's 2-0 up.
Jesus. I cannot believe that pass collected. I mean, Eldorado is cooking magic. Offside. Man, we are seeing something here. Is there a special skill or is a special key combination you need to press to get such pass?
I really do not understand what happened there, but I thought that defender was intercepting that ball only for me to see, was that Nuno Mendes or Dembele in that situation? Let's bring it down and have a run at the defender. Unfortunately, it was offside for him. But talking about that pass, it was really massive, a massive one.
Well, pro gamers doing what they do best. They've got lots of magic in their magic bag. Here is Eldorado. Still attacking, tries to send that through pass. Van der Ven, oh, he has given the ball away to Eldorado again. Eldorado surely to put this away. Yes! It is 3-0, ladies and gentlemen, and Venom is in trouble.
Eldorado being Eldorado there, it seems once he has a sight at your goal, there's a 70% chance that he's going to score. He's had about 3 shots or 4, and he scored 3 goals. That's just to show how clinical he is. In this game,
36
Venom has
minutes.
kind of had more possession, but for some reason, Eldorado is the one with more goals. I don't know what Venom needs to change in this particular. Eldorado has adapted and tried to be the counter-attacking kind of player compared to how much he dominated the game against PJ. This time around, he's doing more of counter-attacking because Venom doesn't want to cede possession.
Wow, what a beautiful dish. Venom, get your shot away. Venom defended well there by Eldorado. I mean, he should have gotten that ball away quickly. There were chances and chances for him to put that in the back of the net, but was just trying to wriggle his way free from the defense. And look at that pass again there. How are you doing this? Is it triggering the run of the left back?
Yeah, I think he does trigger the run, then does some twist and turn to confuse Venom, and once he sees from his map that the defender or the fullback is about to get past Venom's defensive line, he releases that up through ball into space.
Well, in the hands of somebody like Eldorado, that could prove to be disastrous for any opponent. That's the end of the first half. We are heading into the second half. Do you think there's any hope for Venom at this point? Look at that pass again.
How was he timing so perfectly? Because
I don't know, man. I don't know what these guys do. I don't know how they do it. But they are not just called pro gamers for no reason. 48 minutes in-game time, and Venom is finding it hard to get a hold of this game. Eldorado! What a save. What a save there by Venom. Should have been 4 goals now for Eldorado. Venom needs to score at least a goal. At least a goal to get himself.
with the way he keeps attacking, I know since about the 30th minute he's barely had any attack, but in the first 30 minutes of the game he did have some good chances, and I feel against another opponent Venom will probably bury those chances in that situation. But would you say it's the respect or the fear of Eldorado which made him make some questionable?
Jesus. What kind of... Oh my gosh. This guy. Charlie, this guy. How does he do this? I mean, that goal came out of wizardry. That's magic. Ancient wizardry there.
We are in the presence of greatness at this point, because that looked offside and I was waiting to see the referee raise his flag, but
like the way he... Oh, nah, man. This guy is something. He needs to be stopped. Seriously. Well, Venom would not be happy about what is happening today. Can he get one away at least? Yes, finally he does. It is 4-1 now. Venom has gotten a goal back. It is 4-1, ladies and gentlemen. If he can get it right, it could be a fighting chance for him. There's still enough time.
I'm really trying to understand Dembele's movement for Eldorado. I see him dropping deep. I don't know if he's on a false line. I really can't explain, but the movement of Dembele has been really confusing for Venom, and it's been the cause of about 3 goals in this particular game.
Well, here is Eldorado. Can he make it 5? Yes, he does. Quick pass and shoot. Venom, you can see on his face, he is in distraught. Venom will be really, really disappointed. As I said this earlier, I mean, he has been off form. The Venom we knew earlier, we know if he takes you on, even if you score him 5, you should at least see 3 goals on the scoreboard. But his attacks has been nullified beautifully by Eldorado, and he can't seem to find the right defense tactics for Eldorado's attacks. As here is Venom. Can he get 1 goal back? Pacho with that anticipates there.
At this point, Venom is just playing for time, or rather, would I say Eldorado is playing for
Look
time?
at that. That defense again. Split out. Should be a goal. This is definitely a goal. Wow. Saved by the keeper. Give it to Vitinha. Wow. Well, he will be great for that. I mean, that could have been, oh, nice sliding tackle there by Hakimi. That could have been 6-1, and it would have been a very, very horrific position for Venom. Because Venom right about now is sitting pretty at the bottom of the RSPL table. And conceding this much will plaster him the more at the bottom of the RSPL table. It is not looking good for Venom at all. Venom known to be one of the baddest players in the gaming community in Port Harcourt. Is being decimated here. Oh, a chance now for Venom. Yes. He adds another goal. It is 5-2. At least if you know you will not win, reduce the deficit. Sounds so bizarre, you know, telling somebody I lost by 6 goals to 1. I mean, you're a pro gamer, for God's sake. How is that happening? Oh man, look at that defense again. Split open. Referee, help him. This is not an offside. Oh, El Dorado. El Dorado. This guy. We need somebody to stop him. This guy.
You could see Venom's reaction. He's basically, would I say, emotionless at this point. He's just waiting for the game to be over.
Can you look at this guy? Just look at the players count. See how positioned he is playing. This is disrespectful, if you ask me. I mean, he is 6-2 up and he does not 6-2 amaze me, El Dorado. This point, I think I'm lost for words for commentary because well, guys, I think we already know the winner from the first half, right? So
Right
we're just
before the
we're just
game even
having
begun.
fun. Just having fun right about now. I mean,
I feel he's a bit relaxed, and that's the reason Venom has even managed to score. This last goal, you could see he was a bit playful, but he knows he has this in the bag already, so don't understand why he's just trying to take the piece at this point.
well, this is shithousery at its best. Please get a goal. Thank you. Oh God, how did you not score that? At this point, you have to help me here. Himzat. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's really, really sad. I mean, you could see the sadness on Venom's face. This was more than what he bargained for. El Dorado, in the first 30 minutes, had already won the game and was just toying with him. Well, there you have it. The end of the 4th match.
Yeah, the fourth match.
That's the end of the 4th game, and El Dorado takes the win against Venom.
Someone is going to see this scoreline and think, wow, this was almost an evenly matched game.
Yeah.
But people who actually watched it know what's happened. It's amazing. It's been amazing.
Well, El Dorado is a player that can talk the talk and do the talk, and he has done that. He has 2 wins in 2 matches. He is the player of the moment. He is the one to watch out for. Well, we will head over to Khan now for some pre-match interview. Khan, over to you.
Was at the summit of the league table on the last game day. Do you think you have what it takes to stay there? Considering the fact that the other players are applying a lot of pressure.
It's not going to be easy playing against Doom, my next opponent, because him too is fighting for the top spot. We're all fighting for the top spot, and he is someone who is being feared in the community. I've not played him before, but I know I'm going to try and stay at the top.
Okay, we he said Doom is feared in the community. And talking about fear, the man that every other player in the league dreads just walked in. I mean, you handed out the biggest defeat of any opponent in the first game day, and today you've repeated the same feat. How are you feeling, Eldorado?
I'm not on pressure. I need it to happen. Venom is not good. Venom is my boy. Venom is not good. They are all afraid. Bring anybody. Bring me Doom. Bring me Doom.
Okay, you called out Doom when you played, and now you're calling him out again. Do you think you have what it takes to actually withstand Doom? I mean, he just said Doom is one of the most feared players in the community. So you think you can take Doom's crown?
Of course. Doom is an average player. I don't see him as a good player. He's an average player. Oteka. Bring me Doom. Bring me Doom.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard Eldorado. He is issuing an ultimatum to everybody. He's putting the division on notice, and he is coming for that crown. And right now, I don't know. I'll let your fingers decide. Right now, we're going back to the desk for the commentary. Bye.
Bring me Doom. That is all El Dorado has been singing. It is really, I don't know. I think Doom is the one player that if El Dorado bests Doom, then it's a highway for him to the crown of the RSPL. What do you think?
Yeah, if he does best Doom, like everyone's speaking about him, his name speaks for himself. So if he does best Doom, then people will probably say, okay, yes, he actually would have the crown of the RSPL. But come to think of it, I feel the next game should be Doom Richie. I feel that should be the next game. And I feel that game is kind of tricky in a way. Richie is someone who he doesn't really respect the opponents. Like when I mean he doesn't respect, he gives you the respect, but he doesn't fear you.
Yeah.
And I feel against Doom, it can come as a shocker now because everyone is expecting, okay, yeah, Doom is going to win this game. But I see Richie putting up a fighting chance. And for the players who I feel can actually stop El Dorado, I'm going to name about Richie, Dexter, Doom. For me, those are the players I feel have a chance to stop El Dorado because now El Dorado has beaten two of the best players in the RSPL, and it's not just like beating them by a 1-2 goal margin. It's been almost blowout wins in all the games. The first game he won 5-2 against PJ, and now he's won 6-4 against Venom. So he's calling out Doom. Well, that's basically will be the most anticipated match as we speak now because you know based on the trash talking and everything, we really hope it produces as much excitement as all the other games have.
Well, up on your screens, we can see the standings after match week 1, day 1. And the next match is going to be against Richie versus Doom, both players who have 3 points already. So they will be looking to drag off points from each other. So one will be looking to retain their flawless victory, and the other will be looking to drag the other down. So yes, Richie versus Doom. Richie, just like you said, is a player that gives respect, but does not respect you when the game goes down. And Doom is a very, very, it's an old name in the gaming community in Port Harcourt, and is a very, 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 very standout pro gamer. He's somebody that has defense to attack all balanced, same as Richie. But we will find out in a bit as both players are on the pressure seat and are setting up their formations and their tactics. Right. So on your screens, Richie versus Dr. Doom.
It looks so simple, but
But it's not so simple.
how dangerous he is.
Very,
Oh.
very wicked somebody.
Because I don't know if it's worriness I'm seeing on Richie's face. I really can't tell, or it's just a normal reaction.
If you
Because
ask me, I think Richie has grown over the few weeks. He's not the player he used to be last year. I mean, Richie's a good player anyway, but right about now he has grown. If there's one thing I have seen in his gameplay, it is growth. I mean, he has grown really, really well as a pro gamer. So he's not in any way going to be a pushover. You can see what he did to Venom yesterday. Literally tipped the scales away from Venom there, getting through and collecting all 3 points away from Venom. And Doom, as collected as he is, has he has the aim to cause doom to whoever he faces. So yes, we are in for serious, entertainment. This is more or less like the last match of the day.
yes, this is the last game of the day. Richie versus Joman. What a game it is, actually. Two top players. Richie is someone, like I said, I've known him for some time, and he's one of the best players I've seen. I know I've seen quite a couple of gamers, but he's one of the best I've seen. And but coming up against someone like Doom, like everybody knows Doom and everybody knows what he's capable of doing, you could understand why anyone would be scared to face him. As you heard Richie in the pre-match interview, he said it's Doom he's playing, and everyone is scared of Doom. So Richie, he should just be a little bit calm. I feel he will try to just control the game a little bit more, so as to avoid things from escalating
So yes, 3 points to Doom, 3 points to Richie. We will be looking to see who gets 6 points today. Up until now, we have not seen a draw in the Rspl yet. Do you think this one might be a draw?
I feel this is the kind of game in which there will be a winner. The closest game which I would have said would have been a draw was that Machal's game, and Machala scored a last minute goal. But for this kind of game, I feel there would be a winner. This kind of game is bound to have a winner. Well, I might be wrong, because it's FC, it's different players, and the pressure from the Rspl is different from the pressure from friendlies, and it might actually end in a draw. But we'll just hope and see. It's an entertaining game.
Well, the match between Richie versus Doom has started. And yes, this is the last match. Wow, what a through pass there. Doom is through. Doom has gotten the first goal in this fixture. Quick fire. Pass 1, pass 2, sent a through pass down the middle, and boom, in your post. Richie, wow, he was very, very unprepared for that one, if you ask me.
While I'm still trying to adjust, I just look at the screen and I'm seeing Doom one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And in that situation, Doom is not someone who would usually miss that, and you could see he scored it, and it's 1-0 to him.
Well, yes, wow, is this an offside? Yes, it is. Richie doing battle today with Arsenal, and Doom has picked Spain for this fixture. Wow, just look at that. Ooh, what a save there. Richie is a little bit nervy starting this game. He's finding it hard to find his balance, and it has cost him, as he has gone 2 goals behind now. Wow. 10 minutes in game time, and Richie's already conceded 2 goals. Quick fire goals.
This is definitely not the kind of start you would have expected. He probably would have thought, maybe even if I'm to concede, it would be probably within 20 minutes, but he's considered 2 in 10 minutes, and now Doom has all the confidence in the world, and Richie is a lot under a lot of pressure. Well, and you hope he can really get a goal or two back before halftime.
Well, whatever Richie is thinking of, he needs to think of that quick. Wow, what a through pass there. Martinelli for Richie. Oh, look at that run. Tries to borrow the ball, but Kubasi or Doom was up to the task.
See, Doom, you can't really pick a distinctive type of style of play he has. He can attack down the wing, he can attack through the middle. It doesn't matter if you try to block from the wings, he's going through the middle. If you try to make the middle compact, he goes through the wings, and that will pull out your fullbacks no matter who they are. And you see, that's been the reason for 1 out of his 2 goals today.
Well, 20 minutes in game time, and Richie is on the attack. Saka now try to thread that ball through to Gyökeres, and Richie still with the ball. Easy, Odegaard, easy. Seemingly looking for Gyökeres, but he's been double marked there. Oh, look at that through pass. That definitely gets to Pedri. Pedri to finish this. It's in. It is 3-0, ladies and gentlemen, and Doom is handing it out to Richie on Easter Sunday. Wow, this is against the run of play, if you ask me. I did not see this happening.
Well, to be honest, you wouldn't really say it's against the run of play. Everybody would have tipped Doom to win this particular fixture.
Yes, but I mean, going now,
3 goals down.
I mean,
under 30 minutes.
Too quick.
I understand where the point you're trying to make. Well, it's happened, and Richie will just try to contain the game as much as possible, and really hope he can pull up a miracle.
This game is running away from Richie really quick, and he needs to make something happen. Oh, look at that defense. That offside trap there was wrong in all ramifications. And Doom almost got the 4th one there. Connor Kukritin. Oh! That finesse shot almost going in. "34 minutes in game time. And Richie needs to at least get a goal. I don't know, his final third is what is just lacking. That final pass to get that assist or a goal is what is just lacking in his gameplay.
Doom's defense has been so compact that Richie, like against Venom, if you watch the game, most of the final third actions came out right, but I don't know how Doom does it. His defense is so compact, and Richie is finding it hard to break it. Always trying to feed the ball into Gyökeres' foot, and
this was too easy. This was too easy for Doom. I mean, simple passes in and around spaces, and he has gotten himself a goal. It is 4-0 now, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, this game is running away from Richie really fast. I mean, although yes, you said, I mean, people will tip Doom to have one over Doom to have one over Richie, but this scoreline is not something that I think the viewers thought they would see.
to be honest, no one would have expected this to be the scoreline at the end of the first half. Probably, maybe people expect you to score a goal or two, but so far, would I say his gameplay up until the final third has been quite alright. Some quick, fast passes, but Doom's compact defense hasn't let him have that space he would want.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the second half, and it has been a one-sided game. Doom having all the spoils here. It's 4-0. And Richie needs a miracle at this point. Told you before, Doom is a very, very compact player in attack and defense, and in also recycling the ball. He is excellent at doing all of that.
Just look at the amount of times he switches the cursor to different players. His right stick switching is immense. I just expect you just take a look at it once Richie has the ball. He's always switching. About, would I say, 3 switches per second if there's something like that.
Richie with Odegaard at the edge, dispossessed of the ball, and here is Doom now to start out another attack. There are runners all around the pitch. He's trying to look for Yamin Yamal, but was dispossessed. Gyökeres. "56 minutes in game time, and look at that diagonal pass. Does this get through or defended well by Calafiore? Wow. I mean, Richie was very, very excellent in the first game. I didn't think he would be so overpowered in this second game against Doom, but he has been finding it difficult to really, really break the lines here. Is that necessary? I mean, if you were 2 goals up, yes, but we're looking for goals. I mean, take your chance the moment you get them. There is Gyökeres now for Richie. Still cannot find that final pass to create or score. This should be a homework for Richie. I don't know, this game has got me in a sober mood, sort of. Doom has added a 5th goal. This should be our highest scoreline, I think, today.
Yeah, I think the game against Controller and PG 7-3, that was a 4-goal difference, and currently it's 5, and
Currently, we're looking at a 5-goal difference now.
could probably get worse if Richie doesn't
Could.
get his stuff together.
It could. I don't know, we're not talking in low tones like we're really, really sad about this scoreline. I mean, we expected a lot. Yes, we expected goals, but you know, for the game to be so one-sided,
I think conceding 3 goals in the first 30 minutes didn't help at all, because then everybody's like,
that
oh,
pass, that diagonal pass again from Doom. It's just like you said, it could get worse if Richie doesn't put himself together. He needs to at least get 1 goal. Everybody has scored at least 1 goal. So it will be really something for you to go home on match day 2 without scoring. Richie has gone behind again and again and again and again. It is 6-0. And this is looking like embarrassment, if I should say, because, you know, it's so quiet in the audience. Nobody expected what they are saying. And Richie will have himself to blame, honestly, because he's been a mess all day. Defense-wise, attacking-wise. His defense particularly has been really, really porous, if you ask me.
I really don't know how Doom has managed to find lots of space in Richie's defense. Richie is not someone in which you can easily bypass his midfield, but for some reason today Doom has had a freeway in this particular game.
Oh, don't tell me it's 7. Don't tell me. Guys, it is 7-0. Doom decimating Richie at the moment. This is not something the fans of Richie would want to watch with their 2 eyes. This is a disastrous gameplay from Richie, honestly, because we expected more. I don't know about you, but I expected more.
At this point, I just hope he does get a goal, so it doesn't really look like he did not only concede 7, he didn't score.
At this point, Doom is... Oh, guys, it is 8-0. And you can see it on Richie's face. He is devastated. He's asking himself, how did I get this wrong? Where did I go wrong? What are we seeing, guys? It's even looking like there could be more. As Doom is still attacking with Lamine Yamal. Oh.
Would he be the first player to have 3 points and still be on like -5 goal difference?
We're about to find out. We're not even about to find out. We have already found out. So I guess this is literally the end, right?
Yeah, it's been over from quite the first half because going 3 goals down against someone like Doom, I have not really seen a player who has come back against Doom once 3 goals down. So yeah, the game is basically over.
Well, there you have it. Richie will be so glad that this game has ended because this has been a devastating outing for him on match day 2. This was a very, 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 very poor performance from Richie. Just look at that Doom. You were saying it earlier. He's a calm, collected guy, but he has evil. He has evil in his heart, and he has just dished out that Doom, that evil to Richie. Look at him. I mean, did you know that this guy is a gospel singer? Are you aware?
I'm aware of that, but what he's showing here is pure evil. That there's no gospel in whatever happened right now.
At all, man. At all. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of match day 2, week 1, and we ended match day 2 in all its glory. I think this 8-0 scoreline will feed till next weekend. So, guys, I hope you had fun. I hope you were excited because I was. Let's just run you down through the score lines from today. First match, we had Fonzie versus Dexter, and that ended up in the favor of Dexter. Dexter, running away with 3 points, making it 6 points for Dexter. He won that match 3-2. The next match, Machala bouncing back from a loss against Dexter in match day 1. He defeated Chisco Fingers there by 3-2 in a dying minute. He had a 9 minutes winner there. And in the third match, we had PJ, who lost against El Dorado. He came for revenge, and unfortunately for Controller was the one at the receiving end there. Controller lost by 3 goals to PJ's 7 goals. And yes, El Dorado, the man, won Venom 6-4. And pretty much about now, Venom is sitting and languishing at the bottom table. And for the last match of the day, that was Doom versus Richie, the most one-sided game we have seen in Rspl. That ended in the favor of Doom. 8 goals conceded and none returned. Wow. What can you say about match day 2?
It lived up to the expectation. Yeah, you could say the last game was a bit one-sided, but the rest of the other games, everything was really, really interesting to see. Lots and lots of goals, competition, chaos here and there. And as expected, it was really a fun outing out here today in the RSPL match day 2.
Yet again, we have not had any draws. Week 1 has ended without a draw. Match day 1, match day 2, no draw still. are we going to say we had upsets today? I don't think we had any upsets today. No, we did not. I mean, Dexter was favored to win against Fonzie. He did that. Machala against Chisco. Even though you said Chisco was the underdog, I still looked at it as an even game. But Machala, yes, proved to be the best. Controller versus PJ. We know very well that PJ was coming for revenge, and he got his revenge against Controller. El Dorado versus Venom. Venom has been in poor form, and El Dorado, a man on fire who has Messi for no opponent. Actually, in the diamonds of the game, I think he did have Messi on Venom because he was leading by 6 goals to 1 at some point and let Venom score 3 goals. I mean, he was just handing the piss to him, if you ask me. So yes, that's Messi on El Dorado's part. So yes, and this last match, I mean, even though Doom was I don't know, but this scoreline is making me so it's making me so sober. I mean, how do I tell people that 8 goals? I mean, Richie has a whole lot of homework to do. Yes, so that is the score lines for week 1, match day 2. We will now head over to Khan as he closes off for the week. Khan, over to you.
There you have it, guys. We have come to the end of match day 2 of the first game week. A lot of revelations today, a lot of victories, a lot of heartbreak, and a lot of smiles on the faces of the players. I believe that you enjoyed yourself. You had a wonderful time. But don't forget that this season is brought to you by 43 Esports, proudly co-sponsored by Game Aid, the Bliss by Keke, and Nexel Gaming. Rivers Skirmish Pro League will continue next time, the same time we have it next week. Stay tuned. Don't forget to follow and share our profiles so you can become a part of the community. Thank you very much for staying with us today. See you next